So what they got to say today then? Telegraph. May will fall without deal, warns EU. So the EU knows what's happening in this country, but May and everyone else doesn't? Or is it the fact that the EU know what a done deal already is, and so they're just letting you know in advance the fact that she's going to go? Met Office warning as Storm Caroline brings 90-mile-per-hour winds. Also expect snow and sleet and rain and other things that you normally get in December. We should return to Middle East, says Johnson. Trump faces Jerusalem backlash to do with that and recognising Jerusalem as the new, or the real, I don't really know what's all political bollocks. Cabinet are at loggerheads over life after EU. Really? What, they're not going to be able to claim their EU money that you get for going over there or something like that? And then in the most pathetic of the pathetic, Prince George, target of terror plot at school. A terror suspect encouraged extremists to attack Prince... Oh, listen, we all know that you lot, you being the governments, fund these terrorists and they do your bidding. So if there was any sort of plot like this, it would be you lot behind it. So if there is a plot at all, it'll be MI5, MI6 behind it, funded by the government, just to make you think, oh, he's a kid, that load of rubbish. Besides, I'm just not going to go on about that. Daily Mail. Oh, God, the parasites. So we've had the parasites in the last one, parasites again. So which royals doesn't Meghan have to curtsy to? None of them, because they're just a bunch of scum. New Defence Secretary says British citizens who fought for IS should be eliminated, not allowed to return. Dead terrorists can't harm us. This was reported about a week or so ago in another paper, so why it's resurging for, who knows. The beggar princess Pushy and her husband's tenor. More to do with the parasites, of course. The scum. Jungle toff being paid peanuts. Exclusive neighbour fury. Rant armed with a golf club. Cops calm row over sidecars. Cowl drives me crazy. So he's got more cars than he knows what to do with, so he's got they parked them all over the place and he's pissing his neighbours off. Well, jihadi plot to attack George. Oh, this just gets... This is how pathetic the secret services of this country have got now. They're trying to drum up this sort of bullshit. The Guardian. Anger as Trump declares Jerusalem Israel's capital. I'm just not going to bother with that paper. The Times. Secrets of the Profumo scandal. Well, there's something coming again, that's why they're battering us about ahead with it now. Patients hit by shortage of drugs as prices soar. Mental illness and cancer sufferers forced to wait. Exactly as planned. Nothing happens by accident. 40 billion Brexit bill, even if trade talks fail. Well, you see here what you can do. You just go, well, I'll conditionally accept that offer of that we owe you 40 billion on proof of claim. Oh, you ain't got none. Bye-bye. See you later. In the smaller bits down the bottom. Hacking epidemic. Thousands of businesses have paid ransom to Russian hackers who are launching hundreds of attacks a day in what experts say was Britain's biggest cyber threat. It's the Russians again. Meanwhile, next to it, in Parliament bar brawl. A bar in Parliament has been shut after a Commons employee allegedly hit a colleague with a glass in a brawl. A 57-year-old staff member was arrested. They can't even keep it under control in the Parliament. End of turbine blight. This is quite interesting. A dozen 140-foot monstrosities, wind turbines, at the edge of the Lake District are due to be dismantled after a decision that could result in many more being removed to restore views. Yeah, because they're a blight on the landscape and they don't produce anything. Doubt that? Check it out yourself. Trump in Israel row, we've covered that in the other papers. Daily Mirror. Exclusive. Megan's dad surfaces to get his beers in. Storm and show hell will hit UK. Oh, storm and snow hell will hit UK. Oh, they must be working overtime with the HARP device and the chemtrailing then, shouldn't they? Prince George targeted by jihadi. So royal crap, just crap. Don't waste your money on these rags. There's nothing in them that could even be classed as news. And as if you needed more evidence, the Star. Obligatory semi-naked on the left. Alex, why I'll never cry on TV again. Don't know what that's about. I guess you must have been crying in I'm a Celebrity or something like that. And Mrs. We will spend Christmas together. So TV, that's all that the Star can find to report about. Nothing more. There's no other news. Well, where'd you go with this? The main headline, clueless. Hammond says Britain should pay EU 50 billion. Even if trade talks collapse, and admits Cabinet hasn't discussed type of Brexit that UK will seek from Brussels. So he's a moron, or more correctly, he's one of them that knows exactly what's going on. Number 10 publicly rebukes Chancellor over divorce bill outburst, but we're going to pay it anyway. Brexit Secretary claims government hasn't yet looked at Brexit impact on the economy or on anything else. So they haven't even looked at anything that's going to happen. Of course, it will be for the betterment of us all, but that's if we actually leave the EU, which isn't going to be allowed. You're a naughty little slave, and stop thinking you got the right to opt out of things. Right at the top there, some subliminal shit going on. Fuel for Learning. Christmas Appeal 2017, the children's education charity Magic Breakfast. Tied in with Satanism. And just next to that, global backlash as Trump strikes a match in the Middle East. Can you see it? Fuel match in the Middle East. It's subliminal shit they're putting out for you. And over there, groundbreaking democracy partnership between local media and BBC. Well, we've seen what the groundbreaking partnerships between Nottinghamshire Police and Nottingham City Council's like. It's meant that you don't even investigate when you commit crimes, either of you, do you? So that'll be exactly what that's all about as well. Daily Express, 10p. Terrorist suspect urged attack on George. Are you sick of hearing about the scummy royals yet? The parasitical scum. Beware 90-mile-an-hour killer storm. Let's hope it starts blowing at the royals. And even the Queen had to suffer every woman's worst fashion nightmare. Yes, the richest woman on the planet, with a wardrobe the size of most of our houses, had to suffer a fashion nightmare because she just couldn't find anything to wear. Metro. Jerusalem, Israel capital, says Trump. Picture the Satanist pink. House of Commons bar fight glassing. 54-year-old attacked by colleague during brawl. FT. Trade flaws. The US is leading an assault on the WTO, World Trade Organization, which is part of the NWO. These alphabet agencies do your head in, don't they? Era of giants, the tech age demands a rethink of antitrust laws. Yeah, you've got Facebook and Google and whatever there. Numbers game. We should all install a love of maths in our children. Not the way it's being taught at the moment, because it is absolutely a joke. Hammerson's 3.4 billion bid for Into set to form property giant. Deal covers most of UK's big malls. Retail shift online triggers more move. The fact that corporations, no, just shopping corporations, mall corporations, can even afford 3.4 billion bid for another corporation, it's just a joke. Absolute joke. But you know, you keep shopping there and they'll keep taking the piss. Jerusalem warnings mount as Trump recognised divided city as Israel capital. Irish Premier raises prospect of Brexit divorce talks stretching into New Year. Oh, so we would have to extend them as well as extend the actual Brexit. There is no Brexit. Over in the bottom left there, US tax plan would slash 47 billion from Apple's bill. Multi-billion dollar pound corporations getting away without having to pay any tax. But you know, you miss any tax, you're 10p short of your tax, and they'll come after you, and they'll fine you, and they'll lock you up. But if you're a corporation, which you are of course, but if you're a big multi-billion dollar pound corporation, you can get away with it until your heart's content. Dennis Healy. World events do not occur by accident. They are made to happen, whether it is to do with national issues or commerce, and most of them are staged and managed by those who hold the purse strings.